Build index the hard way. Have fun with Hardleg. It's time to play some Yugioh. It's the deck build challenge. Hey, what's up, you speed lords, and welcome to the Deck Build Challenge, where each episode two combatants face off with strange theme decks. I'm your host, Hardleg Joe. Joining me today, a very special guest, Mr. MBT Yugioh.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi,
how's everybody doing, I suppose? I enjoy this requiem for a format.
Yep. And joining him, a not-so-special guest, Chilly.
I must proceed at velocity. Other words, I gotta go fast.
Oh, okay. I got it, yeah. I should have called people Sonic the Hedgehogs at the beginning. But yeah, we're doing Speed Duels, which, if you're unfamiliar, is an IRL alternate format created by Konami. They actually printed separate cards for it and everything. And not that many people play it, unfortunately. It's kind of like...
It's so weird. It definitely has the potential to have been a reasonable format. But what they did was they printed all the cards for it and they sold them in stores and hosted 0 events for it. It was like, so people would buy them and be like, where can I play Kaba Zowl's Beatdown and win tournaments? And the answer, of course, is nowhere.
Yeah, because it's basically just like a physical version of Duel Links format, kind of, where you have the skills and the 3 zones and everything.
It's definitely based on that, but the card pool and like the meta is like wildly different. Because there's just some stuff that like you could do in a digital game that just can't be done in a physical one.
At least as far as the skills go and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
now, they could be creative with skills. The one thing I like about Speed Duels over Duel Links is that in Duel Links, a lot of the time, the skill is just like, it exists on the periphery, right? Like, the Invoke deck plays Switcheroo, because it's all right, not because it's integral to the deck. In this format, the skills are often just the deck you're playing. Like, you can see the face down Rex Raptor skill card for Chilly. That's going to dictate the outcome of this game way more than like Switcheroo would in Duel Links.
Yeah. The deck building does typically go, which skill looks interesting? All right, what deck do I have to play around that?
2000 beater. I just remember seeing it. It seemed a lot like, the early Duel Links. The whole idea was, oh, this is the retro Yu-Gi-Oh! You're going back to card economy and tribute summons and stuff like that. And this seemed sort of along those lines. Although you have an extra deck.
Yeah, there's an extra deck. I don't think there's anything really good in it. Arcana Knight Joker Turbo Wen.
Gotta have those Arcana Knights. You got the double cost, and what can you tribute for it, though?
The answer is astounding, not much.
Skill not coming into play. And your skill is just Foolish Burial every turn.
It is Foolish Burial 3 times. Let me try this out.
Spellbinding Circle.
What this deck attempts to do is summon Serpent Knight Dragon and then flip over this Rex Raptor skill that turns Serpent Knight Dragon into, a Dark Arm Dragon, basically. And what I'm trying to do is everything I can to make sure that never happens. Oh, God.
But, of course, Gentlemander coming out here, who was actually recently good in a... we did a...
And another DBC I was in.
Yeah, we did Mammals versus Reptiles, and they got a Gentlemander lock, because it was, like, generic non-archetype stuff.
It's so weird that there are 2 locks in this format. Like, they were like, yeah, what's the coolest part of Yu-Gi-Oh! We want to preserve in our curated card pool format? Watt Hopper. Yeah, let's print that twice.
They got Gentlemander. What's the other lock you can do?
Command Knight, and it's actually good, so it's everywhere.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Command Knight lock only works if there's 2 or more Command Knights. You can't have 2 Command Knights and something else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're just stuck. And then I assume you give them a bunch of equip cards or something?
No, they're big enough on their own.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they are huge. They're just, what, like 2,000? How do you possibly beat that?
If there's 2 of them, they are 2,000 each.
So we were talking in the pre-show about the very weird nature of this card pool, insofar as there exists a card that is legal in the pool because of a European release event that functionally invalidates what I'm doing, which is playing a core of like 12 monsters and the best traps in the game. Jinzo is in this format, so.
And Jinjo. It still amazes me.
Grain of salt. You can't play this, really.
It still amazes me in general that Yu-Gi-Oh has cards that are just like, yeah, just if you get this on the field, just turn off a third of the card pool.
Calling
it's
traps
fine.
a third
Who
of the
needs
card
traps?
pool is an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Maybe not a third, but it's still like, there's the three main cards, monsters, spells, and traps, so having something that just blanket stops all of them so early in the game.
Here we go.
Tribute one monster, special summon, it cannot attack this turn. So then you get the Serpent Knight Dragon, add another Serpent Knight, bottomless Tarpole.
You fool. Or not, I guess you're not a fool, you're just making me very upset.
Good luck beating over 2,400, though.
Yeah, I really don't have a way to do that.
I don't know, you're probably the only deck that can, because you can just throw a third Skull Servant in the grave, unless it's in your hand.
Yes, unless it's in my hand, of course.
I'm going to guess that it's in your hand, and I'm going to...
Otherwise, you would have sent it a long time ago, I'd imagine. Unless you just forgot he had a skill.
That happens very frequently with me.
Why don't you just summon it and then link Karibo? Easy.
I seem to be missing my extra monster zone.
Oh, whoops. A sad state of affairs.
Oh, we're just doing it again, huh?
Another one.
Alright, let's see if this one gets floodgated.
It does, in fact.
Well, if you have a third one, you can now tribute it over the other two.
Okay.
I guess I could always just stall him out until he draws his deck. I'm one ahead on that.
Are you?
Yeah, he'll hit 0 before I hit 0.
You only have 7 cards left. He has 9.
That's 6, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, that's a 9.
Oh.
I'm not sure you can't tell the difference between 9 and 6.
It's really hard to read because it's yellow on yellow, so...
I guess, but it's not upside down. But I mean, yeah, if you want to...
We really are doing it. Holy shit, okay.
He did it! The Mad Lad!
Alright, fine. Oh,
Right.
God. Oh, miserable. So,
That's for
Nightmare
bad.
Sonic Blast reveals the top 4. If you hit 2, you get to pop a card I control. If you hit 1, you get to add one of the 4 cards to the hand. And you get to do both if you reveal 3 monsters. And unfortunately, that's what's happened.
Banish it from the grave. Okay. So that's just old school Call of the Haunted, essentially.
We're just
Because this isn't really that bad for me. Like, in a couple of turns, you're going to run out of cards in deck. And Nightmare Sonic Blast, I believe, can't activate if you have 3 cards. So I only have to live through one of these.
Well, you also have something you can ram that Skull Servant into now.
Oh, yeah, that's really what I want to do.
Well, then you'll have 3,000 and you could beat over him.
We know the card in hand is Sphere Karibo, so I'm not super keen on it right now.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm new school Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know how these old cards work. It's like hand traps? No. They wouldn't have those here.
Alright, let's get blasting. So I started blasting.
So anyway.
Sphere Karibo. I
what
thought
do
he
I
added
add to
the
my
trap
hand?
to hand, not the Sphere Karibo. Wait, Tribute Doll.
Oh, come on. Ooh.
And this is non-targeting?
Yes, and skills you cannot respond to. So if I wanted to go for something, I had to gun it then.
Yeah, they're
Interesting.
not cards, as it were. So you can't negate them with stuff that negates cards.
They look an awful lot like cards.
You may see an interaction that makes that specific thing super frustrating.
You know what? I have nothing to gain by doing this, but I also have nothing to lose, so...
Dignity, mostly, I would say.
Well, then he can't resolve it and set a card from his hand. Oh, hey. 3,000 is bigger than 2,350. Oh, there's the Sphere Karibo.
Just stop yourself.
Ripperoni. And there's just no response to Sphere Karibo. It's just unstoppable.
Oh, Called by the Grave is in this.
Is it?
Do you imagine? It would be incredible.
Would it be good against anything other than Sphere Karibo?
Be good against Skull Serpent.
Oh yeah, good
would
point.
be good against Skull Servants. There's a couple decks that play out of the graveyard a little bit. Not a ton, but...
Spooky,
I mean, it is still Yu-Gi-Oh! They are drawing from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pool.
Yeah.
They haven't created their own cards, unless you count the skills, but those aren't cards. 5,000! Holy shit, you could beat over Blue Eyes. Is that game? No, it's Sphere Karibo.
Stop yourself.
Like, it is much more likely that this game will be determined by deck out than anything else.
It's absolutely likely, because I just can't put enough damage on board to kill you.
Especially if you start banishing those Skull Servants.
Hold up. Hold the phone.
Normal summon Sphere. Yeah, deck out. Because you said you're like, they call it speed duels, but these duels tend to drag on quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I would say, at least back when I played, at least like 15-20% of games would end in deck out.
Yeah, I just can't do anything to this, so good game. I'll just pass.
Jar of Avarice.
Oh, is that your plan?
Isn't that the opposite of your deck?
What do you mean?
Don't you want stuff in the graveyard?
Oh, see, if I put Skull Servant back in the graveyard, then I can use Servants of the Fallen King, and it's funny, and that's really all you need to know.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Jar of Avarice is unironically extremely playable, and it's very frustrating.
Especially if most of the games go to deck out. Is there a mill strategy in this format?
Any, yes.
Yeah. There's a skill that's specifically used in those. It's called Virus something or another.
Now, do you
Virus Infestation, I want to say.
So in this, in real life, do you still play? Because you said they do have events at like tournaments and stuff, don't they? Like side events.
I did not, real quick. I did not build a side deck.
Oh, I wasn't even sure if they allowed for them. Like Duel Links just doesn't do siding.
There is a 6-card side deck, from what I understand.
That is true.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah, did you guys want to do this one again, or did you want to show off? Because I know you built a whole bunch of different decks.
I'd be willing to show off the other ones.
Yeah, if we want to do that. Instead of doing this game again. Because it's going to be exactly the same, almost certainly.
Yeah, especially if he goes first. Then you just set up all the traps. Yep. The surrender. All right, so we'll be back. Let's check out some. This was what you called the off-meta deck, right?
Yeah, this is the off-meta. We have a casual and we have a meta.
Ah, okay. So which one are we doing next then?
Let's do the meta one.
Meta? All right, let's show off what the high skill, high reward speed duels extreme looks like.
High skill, questionable. High reward, probably. I guess irrelevant to speed duels.
If you want a giant card. I remember you saying that like an episode or something. You were talking about speed duels and you're like, these rewards are giant, and that they are literally, you get a giant card.
It was so frustrating because for the like 2 YCSs where they had it, there was like Attack of the Giant cards, but for speed duels, and there were 2 of them. You could walk with like $800 worth of cardboard for this fake format. No one was trying to do it. So it was the same group of like 5 or 10 grinders who would fly out to every YCS and just run the tables at these. Like I went to 2 or 3 YCSs where the people playing were the same like 5 who were just racking up giant cards. Like somewhere like Mike has like 9 or 10 like giant foam Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons in their room or something.
So wait, are the giant cards actually worth something? Because I thought that the collectors. Oh, okay. Because I remember hearing about that, how like high level players, at least I don't know, this was like several years ago, but they're talking about how you basically finance being a Yu-Gi-Oh player is if you win the prize cards, you're usually sponsored by a collector who will pay you to go in the hopes that you'll win a prize card for them.
That's interesting.
And a lot of people don't actually keep them, they give them to whoever their sponsor is.
You have that arrangement. Investing in one of the 2 good speed duel players is the best possible use of your money.
If you're collecting giant cards.
Yep.
Remember, I went with like a rudimentary knowledge of speed duels and just got exposed. I was like, I'm completely fucking owned here.
Yep. So, fun fact about playing speed duels on Yugioh Pro that's different from Dueling Book. Jinzo is not allowed on Yugioh Pro.
Oh?
I guess it doesn't consider it in the format.
We can roll again and bypass limit.
It's fine. I swapped it up. Because I adjust for this, because I'm like, oh, he's going to be playing a more recent meta strategy. So I better put in the Jinzo for my, what is very obviously a spellproof armor deck.
So you do or do not have access to the Jinzo in this game?
I don't have access to the Jinzo.
I don't know. Let's get Jinzo in here.
All right.
Let's see how he shows off in the modern game. Because he's the big thing they added. Okay, so Forbidden List, none.
You have to hit don't check deck, I believe.
Sure.
I mean, no Forbidden List would do it too.
Probably. But I mean, why not just go for both?
Hit don't shuffle deck, and I'll put an FTK in.
Are there FTKs in speed duels?
You know what? I believe it.
I mean, there's that FTK in GOAT format, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's the only thing, like, GOAT format, it's alright, but the problem is, like, it never changes, which I guess some people might like. But I like this idea that, you could have that simple gameplay and also add cards to the pool from time to time.
Then speed duels might just be the game for you.
Oh, you won the die roll. I'm sitting here like, well, what are they gonna do? Yeah, nothing. Shoot.
That voice there. What are they gonna do? Sell me a flooded house.
Actually good. This is a rough one.
All right. My armor. It's spellproof.
Oh, God.
Spellproof armor.
Come forth, pendulum machine.
All machines are unaffected by spell cards. You can normal summon non-machines with 1 less tribute. If a non-machine is in your graveyard, flip this skill over. It can only be used once per duel. That's a weird way to phrase it. Pendulum machine? So there are pendulums in speed duels.
Yeah. Pendulum machine is tied for the highest attack normal summonable machine in this format. Oh, you monster.
Alright, behold. Most powerful card in the game.
Of Ultra Evolution.
Oh, God.
Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have been able to do that. What?
Why shouldn't he have been able to do that?
From what I was to understand, as part of speed duel rules, that's considered a spell effect.
God, are we running into corner case spellproof armor interactions?
Maybe. Oh well, it's not a big deal because that's what makes spellproof armor the meta deck is that it could counter it could counter Parasite Paranoid.
Interesting.
Oh, jeez. I've completely fucked this up in that case.
Well, I mean, It's not you. We need to call Alpha Cretin. How come speed duel interactions aren't coded properly?
I mean, I might just be wrong. I get most of my information nowadays from Cursive and Avault. They're the 2 big speed duel YouTubers that I know of. Right now.
If Avault thinks that it is the case, I'm sure it's the case.
I was going to say, there are speed duel YouTubers, specifically?
It's like 3 or 4, yeah.
Huh.
God bless them.
Yeah, Cursive and Avault are the 2 that I know the most that are still doing stuff.
Because I believe you said earlier that, like, they have, what was it, this announced product, the Jinzo thing?
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
there's the Speed Duel box coming out, which adds like 200-something cards to the format.
Oh, wow.
it is like the format's going to be 1.5 times the size it was after this product because there's only like 400 to 500 cards in the format right now.
But isn't there like nothing planned for the next year?
Yeah, the guy who makes Speed Duels, he's the EU product head, Matt. I think he's leaving Konami, and I can't imagine they keep it around after he's gone.
Which would be disappointing because there's a lot of potential here, but
this box set is just like such a even outside of the context of people who want like a shake up to the Speed Duel meta, it's such a cool product. Like it's like cube draftable. You can pick up and play with like 8 character theme decks. It's just like an intro to Yu-Gi-Oh product that's never existed, and it's unfortunate that it's not going to exist as anything but that.
Write your local Konami representative and be like, "Hey, give us Speed Duels. We gotta go fast."
Yeah.
Having a skill that lets you normal summon a 1750 doesn't seem good when there are 1800 normal monsters that you could summon.
Well, it is good.
Gearfried is the only one. Gearfried and Charging Gaia are the only two that are bigger than that.
Oh, okay.
Gearfried is such an out-of-place card, too. It's just, like, randomly extremely strong because it can't be equipped by Parasite Paranoid, which is 80% of the meta.
And also Blast Sphere. Which is why I couldn't out it, because my only out to something like that is Blast Sphere.
There's Blast Sphere, and then like it was released in the first set and has 1800 attack. Like a reminder that Duel Links went like a year before Dunamis Dark Witch was printed and was like a $200 card. Just a completely weird release, but fun.
Yeah, so it's clear that, MBT has the best meta deck. Can't argue with him. He's going to be topping all the Speed Duel tournaments.
So far, I have won a game by deck out because I was playing Avarice, and a game by a coding error. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Well, let's get casual.
Time to get goofy, son.
This is a deck of my own design. At one point, I expected it could be, off meta. Back when I was pretending that Warrior Moth wasn't just going to be like Moth strategies weren't going to be the most broken shit in history.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you only have 4,000 life points, being able to summon a monster with 3,500 without using your normal summon.
I think it's straight up the biggest card in the format. I don't think there is a monster with a bigger number than it, period.
Arcana, Knight, Giga Fusion have a bigger number?
3,800, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's it. A card that's absolutely terrible in every single respect.
Start with 4 cards. All you have to do is get all 3 Arcana Knights and Poly, and you're good.
They do have a skill, but...
Oh, I'm sorry. What was MBT saying?
Waking the Dragons in this format.
Oh,
that is
okay.
true. It is in the format.
I guess Ultimate's in the format too, right?
Is it? I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe.
I haven't looked into Blue Eyes.
Behold, Ritual Ceremony. This was a skill you could get by going to one of the pre-releases for the set before last, and I remember I couldn't get one, and there wasn't a category for them on TCG Player, so I had to buy one from Italy and get it shipped here just to play this garbage casual deck that needed a pre-prep.
Who the hell is Emma?
You don't know Emma? Dude, fake Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Come on.
What? I don't even know what anime she's from.
Can we get some love for Emma going in the comments section? Comments, let us know your favorite Emma moment. You all remember Emma.
Please do not give any love for Emma. She looks like she's 5. It's very inappropriate.
Gravekeeper relinquished this strategy that was meta for a little bit, and then Moth came out, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. It's like, you're going to spend 3 cards on a ritual monster? Cool. Equip with Parasite?
Who's playing the ritual decks? You had Senju and
we're both playing ritual decks. He's playing Gravekeeper Relinquished. I'm playing BLS.
The idea behind mine was like you can flex Relinquished as a one-of removal spell in Gravekeeper, which is already an okay strategy. In practice, it's not very good. There actually are just straight-up removal spells that would be better.
The spear.
I know. My defense is larger. You can't get over that. as
Haha.
relinquish
You
me.
made my monster much stronger.
Foolish Kaiba, my number is bigger than your number.
But yeah, from what I understand, Gravekeeper was like the Gravekeeper and Tribal Synergy, which is Amazoness and Harpies, was the meta deck for the beginning, and then
You didn't even
more
get to
stuff
use
happened.
your skill this time.
Yeah, Tribal Synergy really was. Oh, this is a little crustier of a hand. Tribal Synergy was the deck for forever. Gravekeeper was fine. I remember early Duel Links was really rough, and a lot of people just never played after it because the original format was so bad. But it was like Tribal Synergy and like the Blue Eyes combo deck. And those were your options. And the Blue Eyes combo deck is just miserable to play against. It is so painful. Thankfully now it's just not very strong.
Dust Tornado. Yeah, it is interesting at least because again, when I saw this, I thought it would be like the Duel Links format, but they don't have Cosmic Cyclone in this. They went with Dust Tornado instead.
Yeah. I do like one of the things that Speed Duel got to do was learn a bunch of lessons from the first 2 years of Duel Links. Like Duel Links specifically had a format that was almost identical to this for like the first 2 years of its lifespan, and they rectified a lot of the stuff that would have made the format very, very bad. Wow, holy guacamole. And a lot of the stuff like Sphere Karibo and not quite MST, that's just completely lifted from early Duel Links card design release.
Yeah, but I guess there's no mirror wall this time.
No mirror wall.
No.
Windstorm of Ataqua is like a top tier playable because it was an early Duel Links, and in Duel Links the only reason you wouldn't play 3 is it was gate kept by a level reward. Like you could only get one copy and it was by level up. So when it was released, everyone was like, it's crazy.
I missed the card you were talking about.
Windstorm of Ataqua.
Ataqua, okay. Gotcha.
You don't know about Windstorm of Ataqua? First Emma, and now Windstorm of Ataqua?
No, I know that one. The first time I just heard you say Taqua, and I was like, what the heck is a Taqua? It's like, I know Windstorm of Ataqua changes battle positions. I've watched enough duel logs to know.
Is this D-draw? Oh, fuck, am I getting D-drawed?
Yami never played Destiny Heroes.
All right, let's go.
Ritual summon. Legit ritual summon. Wow. Oh, and you could banish Sphere Karibo for the...
Okay. Oh, extremely broken. Wait, that's so good.
Add another... What is that? How does that help you?
Now they've got a second one. Ritual of Black Mastery.
Activate this way, you control Blackluster Soldier. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's skill. If your opponent activates a trap, draw one card.
When does that come up?
Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell effects.
It does make him immune to Serpent Night Dragon, so...
That's hilarious. Oh, God. All right, floodgate me, baby.
Cannot be destroyed by spell effects, your skill. It can be destroyed by traps, but if they try, you get to draw a card.
Okay, fair.
Offerings to the Doomed.
Oh!
Why would it let me chain that beforehand?
Wait, I was like, A
little bit late there, buddy.
I'm mad. It's 2 games.
Steven, man. You gotta hold down the key. It's in the Yu-Gi-Oh rulebook. Hold down the chain button.
Unfortunately, offerings have screwed me over with my lack of a draw. So I just get swept by MBT this time, but at least I tried.
Dang old Gravekeeper's Ambusher. Did you have one more deck you wanted to try, Chilly?
Thanks to the intricacies of Edo Pro. I'd like to thank Alpha Cretin for inventing this.
I don't have anything else. I could make one, but I'm sure we're getting close to time anyway.
Yeah, it's probably good. I mean, we showed off a lot of what the deck can do. You guys got to talk about all the interesting little quirks and stuff. I'm sure there's other skills that are interesting people could check out.
Yep. Speed Duels is a lot of fun. There's a nice mix of decks for everybody.
Yeah, and obviously you could play it here. You said there was a ranked server on Dueling Book, right?
Yep, they have a ladder on Dueling Book. It's hard to find matches sometimes. You can wait a little bit.
There's not a top 100. There's a top 32 because that's how many people are playing speed duels right now. So there's a chance if you want to become the #1 speed dueler, it's a slot is just for the taking.
I have waited over an hour, not gotten a single match, and just gave up.
Rip.
Wow. I will say, every time I talk to someone who's like any good at speed duels, the #1 thing they say is they're like, format's cool, it just needs players. So, do throw your hat in the ring if you feel kind of frustrated with the current state of, I guess, combo Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to relive some of the early Duel Links magic, or you want to, you find yourself excited by the gameplay of Duel Links, but don't want to, shell out the money necessary for strategies. I think the most expensive card in the format is like a $6 floodgate or something.
It might be Jinzo right now, but
yeah, right. Well, a very temporal, expensive Jinzo.
Yeah, because it's only available in Europe. But yeah, you could get the cards for fairly cheap. I remember looking at the boxes, and the boxes are like cheaper than the TCG boxes.
Yep.
And it's like, if you guys buy a lot of product, maybe Konami will try to continue it. Hard to say. If
you wait until November and the Speed Duel box comes out, you get 200 of the 600 cards in the format for $30, and you are guaranteed to get all of them. So
pretty nice, yeah. And I think you said there's like 6 decks worth.
There's 8.
8 decks worth. So you and 6 friends, or you and 7 friends, if you could split up $30 to buy that box. I don't know how much that is per person. I'm not good at math. I'm a YouTuber. That's
yep.
I just say goofy shit. Either way, thanks to both of you for coming. Thanks for everyone for watching. Let us know if you'd like to see more speed duels. Maybe we could do a speed duel like DBC and put like more restrictions on it or something. I don't know. Either way, until next time, good luck.
And have fun.
You dare have fun.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the end screen. This is where I give my sincere thanks to all the patrons, but especially the Fast and Furious tie-tier patrons. And since this was a speed duel episode, I'm going to try to give my thanks super speedy. They are Davon Crushing, Tiberius Kane Moriarty, Tyler Laughlin, Damian A. Beltran, 01503, Chris W., Austin Glover, Munchry, Crazy Gingerman, Aaron McNatt, Daniel Frowsing, Lucas Geardis, Quintingent, Nathan Diotic, Mr. Eiffel, Dancing Joker, Nightfang, Buster Blader, King Zirmis, Kirvin, Matt, and Penumbra Eterna. It's thanks to super fast Sonic fans like them that I can make videos like this on Yu-Gi-Oh's lesser-known formats. Quickly click the link on the screen to join them and become an elite high-tier patron yourself, or at the very least drop me a like and some comments. Every little bit helps. Today's secret question of the day is, what do you think of speed duels? Have you played them before? If not, would you like to try now? Let me know down in the comments. Until next time, gotta go fast.